just give a general, and I'm going to come back to you on that, just a general summary of your keynote address this Sunday at 2 o'clock, 1419 Old McDonough Highway.
All right. It will start with a description of, as the title says, the crises that humanity is facing now.
Humanity is in a crisis.
Humanity is in a mess like it's never been in before.
And a mess in like doo-doo, or a mess like economic, or what?
Everything. There's nothing good here. It's all a mess. Everything's a mess. The financial system is a mess. The economics are a mess. Society is a mess. International relations are a mess.
Let's start there. The financial is, you don't have to listen to the financial, because granted, you've given me some details on the financial, so you're going to have to hold off for the financial. So but call your friends up, call everybody, because the financial, after talking to Elder Willard, I went and printed off some finance stuff. This U.S. economy going from bad to worse. Rubini. I just printed that off today. All right, after speaking with you, getting prepared for this. And right now, Rubini is agreeing with your economic forecast. Verbatim, what you went over with me 2-3 months ago, this guy today pretty much came out with this. But internationally, because I want people to call up their friends, because they have to hear what you say about the economy that's coming. I want them to have a chance to let other people know to tune in. But internationally, where are we at?
Well, basically the problem is an environmental problem. Humanity has grown beyond what the earth can support. There are 7 billion people on the planet.
I think some people were born, and some might be 7 billion and a couple hundred. No.
Yeah, well, the demographers don't know exactly, but they believe that toward the end of last year, the number of people living on Earth reached 7 billion. It only reached 1 billion in about 1850. All of human history, all the way back to the first people, however you define them, Adam and Eve, or 2 Stone Age people. If you do it from the Bible and were exacting in your calculations, you'd say that the 2 people, Adam and Eve, were created at the creation, which in Bible calculations is about 6,000 years ago. And so it took 5,900 years for us to accumulate 1 billion people. And so in the last 140 or 50 or 60 years, we've added 6 billion more. And the population is growing at 80 billion a year.
80 billion?
No, excuse me, 80 million a year.
80 million. Oh, that's, okay.
Which means that we add another billion every 12 years.
Okay.
And the Earth can't support the 7 billion we have.
So you're saying there is a potential, your forecast, a potential food crisis or something, because we, as we know, can't support that, as we know, with our agricultural.
That's true. But it's not just food. It's famines, pestilences, wars, running out of resources of all kinds.
Now, are these intentionally caused? So if you're saying, all right, and I know you've done research that these organizations actually use. Now, if you're saying that, does that present a concern for people that say that some people might want to manage the population control, because they say if we can't support 8 billion people, will there be some kind of systems master saying, you know what, we're going to have to reduce the and people get into these conspiracy theories like, you know, AIDS is created to kill people, or wars are started to get rid of people, or famines and all pestilence are actually started by man because there's some system master that's saying, you know what, we can't support these people, so let's get rid of them.
Well, there are secret societies who do influence the things that go on. Their primary interest is to rule the world, just as conquerors have been trying to rule the world for thousands of years.
Like Constantine, for instance.
Well, Constantine was not on the same scale as Alexander the Great, for example, or Genghis Khan. But he was one of the people who was a Roman emperor, and at that time, the Empire of Rome was the central figure in the Europe and the Middle East. This central force.
And it's so interesting that all these other religions and everything, I mean, what you just said is so biblical, right out of Daniel, and from the book, from the Tanakh, that goes over these things, and it's just all forecasted, all written there, as well as the presentation that you're going to give this Sunday at 1419 Old McDonough Highway in Conyers, Georgia, 404-810-1538. If you have a question, that you're going to go over these things, and I do believe you're going to go over the facts like you just did, but you're also going to do a combination of some biblical
yes,
supporting of your actual results. And that's what when I started, results are results are results.